There are no rules. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Mindset Arc podcast. It's Dim, and let's start this. The title of this podcast, There Are No Rules. It sounds like some anarchy thing. It sounds like some revolutionary bullshit and all that. There are rules, right? They exist in our world. We need them. We need people to comply with them. Yeah, that can be true. But now I want to talk about what rules actually mean for you and how actually what we think about rules, how we should always comply, we should do what expected of us. For example, rules in the society, like what the society expects you to do. That is the rules as well. Laws are the rules as well. Discussing something with people and promising them something, is the rule as well. Or something that you create for yourself. What you want to hold, some standards that you want to hold yourself to, your boundaries. All of this is rules in some way. But it's not mandatory. It's not like you have to do something that was imposed on you. I want you to think about it that way. Anything that anyone tells you that you should do, any law, any recommendation, any societal pressure, societal opinion, all of it, you don't have to follow it. Why? What is the point of following it? Because you don't want some consequences. But at the same time, you can decide to do that thing and accept the consequences, and that will be completely reasonable. Maybe it won't be okay by societal things, by societal opinion, and by any other, maybe some ethical concerns and all that. But no one actually stops you to do that. People do whatever they want, usually. And that's what I want you to focus on. I'm not telling you to abolish all laws and create anarchy in our world and stand up against everyone. No, of course not. I just want you to think about the rules that you think you should follow and why are you doing that? Does it actually serve some purpose? Are you trying to please some people that you don't even know? Or the people that you know but it doesn't give anything to you? You need to know the reason behind it. That is the true freedom. You can choose to follow that what everyone else tells you. But do that, follow that, choose to do that from yourself. Make it a choice. You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to leave. You're choosing that. If there was one rule that would have been completely the same for everyone, is that you have to leave. But again, that's not something you have to do, that's something you want to do and you choose to do every day. This stems from an awesome concept that I heard from the book. It's hard to remember now, it was months since I've read it. The book, When I Say No, I Feel Guilty. Sorry, I don't remember the author on this book. But It's an awesome book. It has, by title, it is, you could imagine it's just for saying no and having boundaries, but it actually has a really good insight into what I'm talking about here. You can choose to do whatever you want and know that there will be consequences, that you will be breaking some laws, that you will be uh, alienating some people maybe. You know that it probably will happen, but you still can choose to do that. And then for some, just because you want even, you need to balance this out. You need to know what it actually gives you. Is the reward that you're getting better than the consequences that you will suffer? And all of this may be purely emotional, mental, or empathetical, or something like that. It may not even be physical. You may be feeling guilty. That may be the thing that you have to suffer after you do something. If you need to establish some boundaries and you have to push people away, that can make you feel guilty. You may think that you don't cannot do that, but that is not the truth. You can do whatever you want. And that is a good starting point to have. I'm not saying it will fix all of your problems, but this mindset that everything is your choice is really good to have. It makes you more aware of what is happening in your life. Because everything that you have right now is your choice. You could argue that something happens to us always in life. There are so many external variables that we have to adjust, so many things that we don't have control over. That is true. But the how to accept all of that and what to do next is ultimately your decision. It's always your choice, and it will always will be like that, no matter what's gonna happen. You will always have some choices. And remember, you don't have to do anything. I was giving that example in one of the first articles I wrote. It was a bit silly, but still, it makes some sense that you don't even have to you don't have to eat something every day. You don't have to breathe. Like that would, I would argue, yeah, it is kind of a physical thing. Your body will take care of it. But for example, eating to live, drinking something to live. You're choosing to do that every time you do that. You're choosing to do every action, every movement in your body, every thought that you that you want to focus on. And especially if you're choosing to do all of these minor things, it is impossible that you cannot choose some major things that affect your life. So just be aware of what every choice gives you. All of these rules that we invent, you can create your own rules. I wanted to detach you from the concept of rules because actually it's better just to think about everything as a choice. I'm gonna choose to conform to what other people want from me and be okay. They will enjoy that. They will treat me well. They will I will get some rewards probably from them and all that. That is one path. The other path, I will go against it and I will do my own things. They won't like it and I will have some consequences, but I will get something for myself as well. That is totally a valid choice. Don't listen to anyone who tells you that you have to do something for someone else. You can choose to do that if that's what you really want. But at the end of the day, the only person that will be with you until the very end is you. You are the ultimate judge that will have to accept everything that's happening in your life. It's hard to accept. Escaping validation from other people, escaping acceptance from other people. I'm struggling with it as well. Right now, I'm in the process of that. Not even near the completion. I'm too dependent on other people's opinion. That is true. It is really hard for me to accept any critique or even a glimpse of someone not liking me. And as you can understand, is in the world it happens really often, and that is okay. It's just hard for me to accept. But it's ultimately not something that I have to do. Not so. Then there is nothing that you have to do as well. All of the things that you're doing, you're choosing that, and it will make you good to remember that. Even if you have to go against everyone else, if you think that is better, go for it. You can choose whatever you want. You can choose to learn how to not accept everyone's judgment and think for yourself. And that is the best skill I would say you can learn in life. And that doesn't mean you will be an asshole to everyone else. It's not the same thing. Choosing to prioritize yourself and what will benefit your life doesn't mean that you have to go over everyone else's head. If that's what you have to do at some point, yeah, that's a bad phrasing. If that's what you don't have to do that as well. But if that's what you think you have to do, that's what you think will benefit you more, then no one else will probably agree with you. I would probably not agree with you, and I will not consider you a good person. But that's the thing you can still do. And that is an interesting thing, to detach yourself from all of these rules that are created by you, by everyone else, by society, by governments, by countries, by our planet, by our nature. You can go against every one of them. You may not succeed, but you can still choose to do so. People do that over and over again. And so that is the greatest, one of the greatest mindsets you can possibly have. Again, I'm not saying that you have to adopt it immediately and that you will do that, will be able to do that immediately. Probably not. But that's just another point of view that is good to consider. So I really recommend that book. Um, I can find oh, I can find the author now. Probably I recommend it. Mm, that is a really strange experience of googling something while I'm recording something. But yeah, author is Manuel Smith. When I say no, I feel guilty. Awesome book. Will help your life a lot. Will you help your social interactions a lot, I would say. But back to the topic here. I don't want to add anything. I think that was pretty good. Go your own way, the way you consider right for yourself, most beneficial for yourself, and I would even add that no matter what you do, that will be the best path you can possibly make for yourself. in that moment. But yeah, that's another topic. I talked a lot about this. Now I just want you to think about it for a minute. What are the rules that you actually don't want to follow and you followed just because you thought you don't have any choice? And what would you do if you knew you have a choice? Consequences, but a choice as well. So think about it. Choose something that you want for yourself and go and have fun in life.